Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, today I wanted to just have a chit chat with you about everything that's going on in the world, specifically the injustices that has plagued our community, my African American community. And some people say, why does Black lives matter? We're not excluding all lives. We're not saying nobody else's life matters. What we're saying is all lives can't matter until Black lives are included. And we have historical proof of why we feel like so many injustices have occurred against us, how the system was set up from the beginning for us not to be successful. So systemic oppression has been going on for many years, well before our parents and our parents and our grandparents' parents, things like that. So what you're seeing is a result of our community being tired. We've been torn, we've been abused, we have not been heard. So is it time for something to change? Yes, it is. I can say in my life, I've experienced definitely racial comments. But in my profession, when I encounter those racial comments, I look them square in their eye and I ask them, what did you mean by that? So if you thought you were going to make me feel uncomfortable by what you said, I'm going to make you feel that much more uncomfortable by explaining what you just said. Now, if it goes far left, then we'll deal with that. But I do give you an opportunity to clarify and clean it up. So, racial inequality is something that we've all been dealing with. It's been known that, if a certain name come across a resume, they automatically say, hey, this is an African American person. Don't go that route. You can have the same qualifications as a person and you still won't get the same opportunities as another race. And I'm not just going to blame it specifically on Caucasians as far as opportunities. Asian population has been put before African Americans when it comes down to jobs and opportunities. So we all have a lot of work to do. As my son was growing up, I did. And I'm thinking about all these things and it brought up a lot of emotions. And as he visited me the other night, I had to remind him again, if the police pull you over, comply and we'll deal with the rest later. And he's a grown man. So I just wanted to express my deepest condolences to George Floyd's family, because as we have been watching that video over and over and over again, you couldn't imagine, no matter what color you are, you cannot imagine watching your loved one lie on that ground, releasing their body fluids, telling you that they cannot breathe, and calling out, as a grown man, calling out to his mother who has passed away years ago. If you're not sensitive to that, something's wrong. Now, we're not asking you to dive off in our community and try to understand why we are who we are and how we are. because that's being mimicked every day. But what we're asking is for sensitivity, fairness across the board, and just acknowledge that it's happening. It's happening. Whether you want to say it or not, it's happening. Now, I will say I have had several colleagues of other races to reach out to me and say, hey, you know, we're sorry you're going through this. We stand behind you. We're with you guys. You know, Black lives does matter. And, you know, just a lot of affirmation. And I appreciate that because they don't have to do that. But the way I am professionally, the way I treat them, whether they are nice or not, the way I treat them, if they were prejudiced, if they were racist, once they encounter me, they're racist on their own merit. Not because of anything, not because I fulfill any type of stereotype that they were looking for, or whatever the case may be. So we just have to learn to accept people for who they are and take so much of the personal weight off of it. I mean, everybody got something to say about another race. Shut up. What difference does it make? I had a conversation with my husband as well, and I asked him, I said, what difference does it make whether I'm black, white, Asian, or other on an application? What difference does it make? Now, I get that they have laws where you have to, you know, hire minorities and things like that. But why? Why we even got to have that law? Why you just can't be hired as a person? But I'm appreciative of the law because otherwise a lot of people wouldn't have jobs. So I just wanted to come by and just chit chat with you just for a quick second, but I definitely have been praying constantly for George Floyd's family and all the other families that have been affected by police brutality. Now, all police officers are not bad police officers. Because, you know, of course, that's going to be the first person we call as soon as we need something, as soon as something happened. And that's just the law of the land. That's just the way it goes. But what we're trying to pull out of the system are those racist cops, those bigot cops, those cops who's not playing by the rule, that's hiding behind a gun and behind the baton. That's who we're trying to eradicate from the situation. I have a son, I have a husband, I have a godson, I have nephews. I don't want them to experience any of this stuff in their lifetime. So if you don't get it, research it. We research everything else. Look it up. And those YouTubers who have a massive following, and I don't even have a massive following. I'm trying to get there. But YouTubers that have a massive following, if you're not sensitive to this situation, you need to check yourself. So please remember that COVID-19 is still an issue for everyone. So when COVID-19 came along, it was an issue for everyone. And then this divided us again. That's wrong. Guys, we got work to do. You know, where you can bridge the gap to help someone else's understanding. Let's try that. Just like I will stand up for anyone being mistreated, I expect everyone to be sensitive to this situation. Now, you may or may not agree. That's totally up to you. You definitely welcome to have your beliefs just like I do. But this is really beyond the point of being a black person's problem. This is a human race problem. I hope you can pick up what I'm putting down. Love you guys. Please stay positive, stay safe, and stay in the moment. Drew Brees made a mistake and stepped outside of the moment. He has a right to feel the way he does, but not in this moment, not to express it in this moment, because it will cause additional confusion as it did. But I do appreciate his apology, as it covered all the areas he should have been sensitive to. So let's open up our hearts, open up our minds, and embrace one another, and not follow the negative leadership we have in our country right now. So if it's negative, let's eradicate it. Let's kick it out. Let's come together. And I love to see the protesting. I love to see them out there. I'm not saying it's cool to loot or anything like that, but protest peacefully. And I'm for that. And I'm going to leave you with this. And I think it was Adrian Bylom who gave the example of if there's a home in a neighborhood that is on fire, when the fire department is called, they're not going to come, all lives matter, and spray water on all the houses. Black lives matter. They're going to come and spray water on that one house that's on fire to save the neighborhood. Think about that. God bless.